We got into it by accident, really. And it was a long journey. My wife, Nancy, her father gave us a bird feeder right after we were married, and we started feeding birds because he gave us a bird feeder. And we really liked it. We found out that it was very enjoyable to watch the birds come into the feeder. We did notice something else along the way, that they threw out most of the seed. Nancy and I were living in an apartment at the time, and so we could see right on the porch what was dropped. And it was most of what we had put in the bird feeding tube. And I thought that was curious.
We basically went to the library and did a lot of research. There was not the internet, and, there was no way of Googling, what do birds like to eat. So the library was our friend. There was
some research done about what birds really like to eat, and it had nothing to do with what was in most commercial bird seeds. So I just started making my own. And all of a sudden I started getting a lot of birds at my feeder and very little bird seed being thrown out. And that festered in my little mind for a year or so and just kept gnawing at me like something's not right here. So we just started playing around, and I put somebody had come over and said, "You've got a lot of birds." I said, "Oh, we feed them the right things." And, "Oh, can I have some?" "Sure." So we grabbed a newspaper bag and put some bird seed in it and gave it to them. And I started bagging bird seed in the Atlanta Journal-Constitution newspaper bags, little plastic bags, and with a twist tie. And that was, I'd give to the people who wanted it every now and then. And it just grew from that. I said, "Well, I want some more." And I quit giving it away, and we started selling it. It doesn't take long to realize that, well, there's a business here. And over a few years, we refined the business, and we got more and more people to buy the birdseed through catalogs, because this is before internet days. And so we had a little catalog we had printed up, and we could pass it around to people, and they could order.
It just kind of grew from there, Richard and I didn't think it was going to be a big business, but it actually did.
We had full-time jobs, and so we would take orders on the phone. We would get orders in the mail. We would have people drop by, and we would make bird seed on the weekends in our spare time and bag it up. And over a longer period of time, we ended up getting some better equipment, but we were in our garage. And we were hand bagging and using a gigantic sealer mill type thing to seal the bags. And that's basically how we got the business started. And it, like I said, it grew from that point in time and was over a long period of time, 3 or 4 years, till it became to the point that we were doing a good amount of business part-time. And and like everybody else in the world, we had our corporate jobs and we all wanted to do something else. And I saw this as an opportunity. I think Nancy was ready to leave the corporate world, and we decided that we'd make this business full-time. And we started down that road, and it just got busier and busier. We decided we'd just open a bird store, something for wild birds, feeding people. And we started down that road. That took another probably year and a half of thinking and wondering and figuring how we could do it, because we were just two people working in corporate America. We didn't have a lot of money, had very few real assets, and we were thinking about having a store. And of course, it started to get frightening, like we really wanted to do this, and we started realizing how much money it would cost and what retail space rents were. But we believed in the business, and we had seen this steady growth over 3 or 4 or 5 years, really, to the point where it was actually breaking even. Because when you first start out, you can't afford to buy in bulk. If you could, you had no place to store all that stuff, because this is big, heavy stuff, and it's expensive. So, but we did it just a little at a time. When we got ready to open a store, we still really weren't making a lot of money on it, but the business was good and it was solid, and our clientele kept growing. Every year, we'd have more sales. Hello, this is Richard Cole. I want to thank each of you for watching, and I want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to share it.